I'll start by getting the obvious out the way. There is no better feeling as a teacher than seeing that moment where the penny drops on a child's face, where they've understood a concept that you have taught them, doing the thing that you are just amazing at doing, and you see them then applying it by creating some incredible work. That sense of fulfillment and achievement is, there's nothing that comes close to it. Or when you take a step back and admire the incredible display that you have created, showcasing some of the incredible work your pupils have put together, and you take a step back and it looks like a work of art. Something like Michelangelo would plaster all over the Sistine Chapel. In the midst of a lesson, when things aren't quite landing, no matter how hard you try, the children can't quite grasp it, there's nothing better than an unexpected assembly being landed. Maybe a visitor's come in and they want to speak to the children, and you can just send them off, and you're given a bit of time then as you're sitting in that assembly just going through how you're going to now attack this lesson to make sure the children get it. And there could be the odd assembly that overruns, and that hits differently as well. The best moment when it comes to assemblies is when you lead your class in, then the head teacher at the front says, "Oh, staff don't need to stay for this one," clearly because the head teacher's going to absolutely wing the shizzle out of that assembly. But do you mind? Does anyone bother? No, because you're about to get 15 minutes of PPA. This is like a power nap of PPA, and I tell you what these teachers can do in those 15 minutes is something to be admired. What about cakes being delivered to the staff room? It's someone's birthday and they treat the whole staff by bringing some cakes in. And does it get any better than happening on the morning when you've got your PPA? Oh my days. And I know it can feel like the worst day ever when someone brings cakes in and it's your break duty, because you know in any staff room, cakes do not last longer than one break time. But what about when your TA, your teacher BFF, brings you a slice of cake after break? That's when you know you found your teaching soulmate, when they remember you're on break duty and have you covered by putting aside a little bit of cake, a biscuit, whatever it might be. Now, we know as teachers our sense of humour is up there with stand-up comedians. We know that every lesson, if we were to perform it at the Palladium, at the Apollo Theatre, we'd have hundreds, if not thousands of people laughing their heads off. But when it comes to the children, a lot of it can go over their heads. But there's no better feeling than when you do hit an absolute perler of a joke and you look out to your class and there's at least one child who gets it and are laughing along because they just get your incredible top draw banter. And what about these moments during class that just make you feel like you're some sort of superhero? You've got special superhero powers. For example, if you accidentally knock something and you manage to catch it before it hits the ground, and the children are just looking in awe like you're Mr. Incredible. Or have you ever done that thing where you need to hand out pieces of paper and you grab a pile of paper and you hit the right exact number of sheets you need? Or if you need something to go in the bin and you just hit it first time, LeBron for 3, and it just sinks in the bin, you turn around to your class and they are always like they've seen something they've never seen before. If your computer connects to your interactive whiteboard first time, you know today is going to be a good day. Then there's these little things that I absolutely love, like when you use a whiteboard pen for the first time and it is just so fresh, the ink is almost oozing down your whiteboard. Or in these cold, wet, miserable days, you're at the photocopier, you whiz out your 30 photocopiable sheets and they're still warm, and you can just heat yourself up off these hot pieces of paper. Maybe that's just me. Or what about forgetting the fact that you've got sweets in your sweet drawer? Oh, what a feeling. Opening that drawer and having a look down to see a bag of Haribo that you completely forgot about, knowing that's going to give you the sugar rush to get you through the afternoon. Dream stuff. And what about those days where you walk into school and it is absolutely lashing it down and you know it's a day full of non-stop wet play? You might as well write the day off. But is there any better feeling when it gets to break time, you just have a quick look outside and the clouds have parted like Moses in the Red Sea, and the children are going to get 15 minutes to blow off some steam and run themselves ragged so that you know you can then have a successful lesson after break. Now, you will know that I am not a fan of written marking. Right, I know it doesn't work, I've talked about it loads, and there's nothing worse than seeing a pile of 35 books ready for you to mark or even have to highlight and do all that faff. But what about when you get to that last book, you open it up and you realise that that child wasn't in that day. Oh my days, it's dream stuff. I mean, you're celebrating the fact the children are poorly. Oh, Michael's got tonsillitis. Oh, but it saved him 10 minutes pointlessly highlighting his book. Win. But beating all of these other little quirks, little moments of joy are these 3 simple words that, if you hear, will make your day 100 times better. It is very rare, you don't hear it often, but when it happens, it is just, dream stuff. And what we're talking about here, 3 simple words: staff meeting cancelled. Wow. So there you go, guys. Just thought I'd share those little universal quirks of being a teacher that can put a smile on our face, especially during these tough times. And if you think I've missed one, if there's something that brings you these moments of joy as you've seen in that video, let me know in the comments. Thank you very, very much for watching. Stay safe, keep doing the amazing job that you are doing, because you are all absolutely smashing it, and you probably don't realise what an incredible, amazing job you're doing at the minute. And I'll be back with another video very soon.